Please silence your phones and stand for the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Before we start, we need to amend the agenda on C, where it says staff report, the public hearing. And then take out D.
Mr. Mayor, that's under new business.
That's under new business, both of them. Okay. You still there, Darren? Okay. Do I have a motion to adopt the amended agenda?
I move that we adopt the agenda as amended.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Public comment.
And
Is Darwin in favor?
Darwin, we need you to unmute and.
Okay, thank you.
You just,
Yes, let's see this. I didn't hear the second, so the paper moved.
Oh, okay. We'll try to talk a little louder. Public comment period. Citizens may address the council on items on the agenda or not on the agenda. Out of respect for the council and others in attendance, please limit your comment to 3 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record. Do we have any public comment?
I need, the what? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, hearing none. Move on down to department reports. We'll have Scott's and Dennis's and Jeff's. Do you have anything to add to yours?
Not really, it's all there, we did finally bought a bucket truck. We, went and looked at several and ended up buying one at Central Point. We've used it several times since, works out real nice. It might be a good addition. So,
Okay. Lots of water leaks.
3 today.
Okay, Anderson. Do you have anything else to report?
Pipe's been coming in for the cooling water project. Actual start construction date, I assume will be this week. Other than that, that seems to be moving okay. I sent everyone a copy of our draft NPDES permit from the DEQ on the sewage treatment facility. We have a few more days to comment. I didn't really see anything in it that was of issues. If you have any questions on that, just give me a call.
Okay. Michelle, do you have anything?
I do.
Okay.
I would like to, have all town employees and all fire and dispatch employees available for a leadership training. So, in town employees, it would be all day November 12th and 13th. And for fire employees, it'd be all day the 14th and the 15th. And they're gonna kind of rotate. And there's a bit of a hiccup with the give thanks dinner. But I've been working on the agenda and, we're gonna be doing, we'll have all town employees on the 12th. And then the 13th, we'll just have leadership. So that we can go over performance evaluations, putting together memos, putting together emails, going over, just, different techniques of if you've got an employee that needs some training or some advice or is not following instructions. But I would really like to be able to do that.
Okay? Put it together and hopefully everybody can make it.
Okay, thanks.
You guys agree?
It is quite mandatory, I would hope.
Yes.
Quite mandatory, I like
Does that mean town council has to go too?
Town council can come in as you wish for different, subjects.
Are you gonna send us out?
I will send you out an agenda of when things will meet. And, I'm sorry.
Keep telling all of us we need training. Okay,
But anyways, it's gonna be a really great training and I've got some, surprises in store and, we'll provide lunch for everybody, pizza and stuff. Yeah, it'll be fun. It's gonna be awesome.
free lunch.
Yeah, so, that's, I had something else, but then it got deleted, you know, the little table, I had a table on here, got deleted, so I lost my brain. But most importantly is that we've got the training.
Okay,
Never mind.
all right. Well, let's move on down to old business. Resolution 994 for the community partnership extension on the lodging tax. We have a
Folks.
motion on that.
Just to remind everybody, that was from the request from LCP because of COVID to extend till the end of the year.
Right,
Because their year is technically, would be up in November, so they're asking for just 2 months. So that's what this does, just extends their grant contract to them so they can get the report and everything else.
yeah, according to this, they'll closing report on January 31st.
I think we discussed this at our last meeting, Ginger was here and asked for that, so. I would move that we approve resolution 994, resolution granting Lakeview Community Partnership an extension to use lodging tax funds previously granted.
I'll second that.
Did you hear everything, Darwin?
Whoever was just, I think that was Sandy, but I couldn't hear a word of it, sorry.
I made a motion to adopt resolution 994,
And I second it.
and it was
Sorry, but I
seconded.
did make that up, yeah, thanks. Was there a second?
Yes.
And if it was seconded,
Okay, those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you. All right, next on there, North Border Extension per light does not want to consent to annex. Darrell, you wanna,
Certainly. The Perlite is owned by Emery's now, which most of you know that. We did have some initial, discussion when it was owned by Cornerstone. Emery's were totally requesting them to annex to help with this water project. They came back saying that they use too much industrial, use water. I thought we made it clear that they could continue to use their well for dust control out there. That seemed to have been lost somewhere. I have contacted them again via email. I don't think we need to give up on this. I think we need a letter from the town council and the mayor to them. I really recommend that. We can put something together, but, I think if it's an official one that comes from the town, we'll get some response. They're kind of key to this, although I did talk to Staub and I did talk to Larson. Greg Larson, as you know, needs this project really bad. So I did, and so does Staub. So they want to go ahead with the project. I did some math on the loan amount. If we drop Emery from the loan payment on their contribution and work it backwards, we have to reduce the principal on the loan by about $150,000. So, I went over that on the phone with the two players. We still wanted to go ahead with the project. But, so I recommend that we get this out the bid and get it going, but I don't want to give up on iAmerish yet. I think with some more work, they might come around.
Okay, what does council think?
Well, I think it's worth a try to send them a letter explaining our position and what we're willing to do, and hopefully get a positive response back.
Yeah, because how are we making up the 13,000 in lost taxes to pay the loan?
Well, we'd have to reduce the loan principal by the 150,000. Then the other taxes would cover the amount.
How much are we not spending by not taking it out to Emery's?
It really doesn't make a whole lot of difference on the cost.
Because it's a short run.
Because it's a short run, it runs up there and stops, so it really doesn't reduce the cost any. That really isn't an answer. We have to run it all the way up there anyway to pick up stock.
Right.
And
So it's not a significant, not enough to make a difference, basically. Okay.
Larson's invested a lot of money in his operation. He needs the water for the fire suppression system, so he wants to move ahead.
He's willing to cover the cost that we're gonna lose on taxes from Emery between the two players.
He said, okay. You guys, Darwin can't hear any better.
Well, we need to move the microphone.
I did move it as close as I can without ripping out the,
Can you hear me now, Darwin?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was only hearing about every other,
so it's just cutting out basically.
yeah, cut down, I don't know why, but.
Well, now,
I worked these loan payments backwards. If in fact Emery's isn't involved. If we did that, we'd have to reduce the loan principal by about 150,000. I discussed that with Staub and Greg Larson. They're the two that need the project worst. They still wanted to go ahead with the project. So I recommend we move ahead, but I also would like an official request from the town council and the mayor to iEmery. I sent them an email, but I think something official from the town, they're gonna have to respond. So
I'll just call it.
I think we need to go ahead with that right away. See if we get a response.
Okay, what, where do you hook into out there for DOC? Where this line won't dead end if you do this?
Well, we'd have to take it around on Industrial Lane down to the lobby room. So, I don't have that included in these costs. I was going to include it, we'll include it as a bid item, and see if we
Okay, reason I'm saying this is because Jeff mentioned about a fire hydrant down at the end.
Yeah,
And that's where everything's gonna collect, they're gonna be out there at least once a month flushing that line.
yeah, possibly, yeah.
And so, I was just wondering if there isn't any way that we could hook into DOC, or it's just a rotating line.
We can, it just takes more pipe.
Which takes more money.
Well, right,
So-
Jeff and I were
So we're
talking,
trying to go the other direction right now.
but what I'm trying to say is, when Jeff and I were talking, and I mentioned it to you, the money that we were gonna use for the geothermal,
Yeah,
take that money, cause we're not putting in the geothermal. Why can't we put it into this?
yeah.
But where was that money coming from?
Well, that's-
You never did work that out. because-
Okay,
We didn't ever,
So let's not complicate this right now.
alright,
Did you get everything, Darwin?
I can hear you, can you hear me?
I can hear you, can you hear me now?
I don't know where we're at.
Nobody knows.
Well, okay, we're still on this same thing, but
Sorry to hear that.
I'd just like to know the 15,000 or whatever it was, the money that we were gonna use for the Steve. I don't know where that was coming from.
Now we're echoing.
That's our question.
Wait,
I assume it's.
And I know you don't have the answer.
unmute yourself.
We can check it out.
So, yeah,
We're trying to.
so we need to put the paperwork together for Straub's and for.
We have that, we already have
And they agree to make up that 150,000.
that. They signed the consent to annex.
Okay, but, yeah, but we need to have something in writing that they're agreeing to make up that 150,000.
We can have Jeff look that up.
And agree, yeah, if you're.
And if they agree to make up that 150,000, I don't see any reason why not, why we don't go forward.
Did you hear that, Darwin? Darwin?
Is he in his office?
Yeah, I'm trying to turn on my phone to see if it would help there, and it didn't, so I just hung up.
Try talking again, Mr. Mayor. Try talking again.
Okay,
Can you hear?
how's this sound now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sorry, put myself on mute.
Okay. All right, so we'll just go ahead and go forward with it.
Well, we need to make sure that we have something in writing from
Well,
Straub's
yeah.
and Larson that they're agreeing to make up that
If they're
$150,000.
willing to do that, can you get that in writing?
Well, Michelle,
They're working on it.
Michelle will be discussing.
All right. Now, move on down to new business. All right, I have a public hearing on staff report comprehensive plan amendments, October 16th, 2020. Is there any comments on that? Hearing none, then we'll close the public hearing. Move on down to downtown parking.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
We need to have an ordinance.
the ordinance is to be adopted later. What happens first is you guys adopt the staff report and then the ordinance follows. This is similar type procedure to what you did with. So if you guys
We need to make a motion to adopt.
to adopt the staff report and then we, at the next meeting, we will present the ordinance for your approval.
I move that we, adopt the staff report of the town of Lakeview with the comprehensive plan amendments dated October 16th, 2020.
I'll second.
Motion made and second. Did you catch that, Darwin? Motion was made to accept the staff report. And a second. So those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. All right, now we'll move on down to downtown parking. The problem we've had here is that businesses are complaining downtown that they have no, place for their customers to park. That all the Red Rock people that's taking classes are taking up parking places. So I suggest that we talk to Red Rock and put their park in the city parking lot.
I agree with that.
yeah, because they're not that far away and, you know. It is hard to find parking on this block, that block,
Mhm.
Now also,
and the other one.
I suggest that town employees also park there if they're gonna be here like all day or something like that. Would be a good idea. That'll also free up parking lots.
Yeah, so we need to send them a letter requesting that they use the town
Right.
parking lot and not use all the downtown parking.
What if the mayor and I just walked over there and had a chat with him tomorrow, like, let's clear it up in one day? You available tomorrow?
If that's fine, yeah.
Okay, let's
We'll do that.
talk to them. We have not yet.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably be pretty open to it.
That'd be simple.
Okay, thank you. Everybody will look, you got a letter on flushing lines. Oh, yeah, did you ever see it, Jeff?
Yeah, I did.
Well, it is what it is till we get, hear from, the USDA on when we can start putting this up. There's nothing more that we can do about the water,
Agreed.
so just
Just
give
mine
it,
turned black about 8 o'clock last night.
Yeah, mine's a fire department issue.
But I didn't call you.
Fire department issue. They didn't have training last night.
okay, next on the,
We did have an update from the USDA.
yeah,
They have our application.
that's it.
So, I guess I don't know what to do about it. I'll forward you the email. You can see what you do.
Tell them people are really complaining.
We may have to get
Send them
some,
some water.
we may have to get some
Really
representatives.
tired of being chewed out. Okay, next on there, town Christmas cards, who to send them to. I'm gonna leave that up to you girls.
Is there anyone in particular that you wanna make sure we get on the list?
I want one.
Well, besides town employees,
Well, we don't know who's already on the list, so that.
Yeah.
We don't have a list yet.
Well, have you sent
work
them
up a
out,
list.
you sent them out in the past, or is this the first time?
This would be the first time.
Since I've been here, yeah.
Okay. Well, I was thinking of sending it to all of our businesses,
Our vendors,
and our vendors, so
yeah, that's good.
do you wanna send it to Congress people, representatives? County,
Send one to the president.
okay. Whoever it might be.
Oh, it's still gonna be the current one, if that doesn't change till January.
Okay,
January 20th.
does anybody have anything else on that?
Nope.
Okay, let's move on down to Mobley, South End, the Jake breaks creating a lot of noise. There's really nothing we can do about that. He's already sent out letters to everybody. And this came after the fact. So, and the only thing I've seen is just one truck. I've only seen one dump truck going up and down that road.
No, there's 4 or 5 running up down
Is
there.
there? I've only
Still
seen
haven't
one.
got any Doganny stuff yet done. We're working on it, but
Right.
you guys know the bureaucratic wheels are a little slow, so. As Soon as I get that done, they should stop tremendously, but right now I'm still having to haul that stuff down to the yard and
Right.
that's just where we're at. Till I get the state approval on you guys' decision, then there's
Good.
nothing more I can do up there.
That's right, until you get that up there done.
How long do you think it will be before,
They said it could be up to 4 months,
oh, really?
but the crusher's gonna be gone middle of next month, so that ain't gonna be 4 months of noise. But
Okay.
as long as they're crushing, I got no place to put it, and
No.
that was the whole
no, I
point of doing
understand.
all this, and it would end, a lot of these Jake breaks, right now, every one of them are running up down the hill unnecessarily. I'm hauling it
it's
from the
just really
crusher down to my
big.
yard and piling it up, and there's no reason whatsoever for it, other than the state won't roll fast enough.
It's just during the day, it's not anything at night.
Not at all, we don't start crushing until 7 o'clock, so the first truck, well, the water truck goes up about 6:30 to get the dust
Right.
abatement done. But she doesn't have a Jake brake, and she comes off there empty, so she wouldn't use it if she did.
Yeah.
And, then the first truck loads a little after 7, and they were done by 4 every day. So, and then I wish there was a quieter way to do it, and we talked about this when we had our little hearing about this too.
Mhm.
I wish there was a different way, but there's just not. Till Doganny gets on board and I get that stockpile area approved by the state, there's really nothing I can do about it. I wish there was, but there's,
Right, I
I'm afraid
understand.
to do a safety issue by not using it.
well, yeah, the alternative would be having a truck run down through the middle of East Street in the back, you know. We don't want that either.
Through everybody's backyards, the
Yeah.
house and everything else, so. So hopefully the state will get off their hands and
Yeah, as soon as Doganny gets on board, I think the town's gonna realize a huge difference in what traffic is up and down that road. Cause right now, I'm selling a little bit of rock, red rock, and so some of those trucks are going there. But the majority of them's going right down to my yard and dumping it down there or something, cause I have no place to go with it until Doganny gets on board.
So Dawn, when they call, just let them know that we're waiting on the state, and once that happens, it'll be dealt with.
Do you have a phone number for Nagami that people can complain to about not getting it done? Seriously.
I got my representative, I'll ask him if I can give that to you. Ogami is on the, all you gotta do is type in Ogami on
Yeah,
your
I'll get
computer
the
and it gives you every Ogami in the world, so.
That might be the best way of doing it is have them transfer the blame where blame is due.
Well, you gotta give them a chance to respond, I mean, we guys just approved this
True,
a week ago, so 2 weeks ago.
true. But you don't necessarily want to take them 4 months.
I know, but it's gonna be over within the month anyway, because the pressure's gonna be gone, then it'll just be whatever I need to get off of there, so. I got the 3/4 stockpiled and the existing stockpile that you guys approved and they approved a year ago, but it's full, completely full.
Well, at least you're working on it.
I'm trying to make things easy, but I'm just stuck in a rock and a hard spot right now.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anybody have anything else for Scott?
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
No, I need to address it, I mean, we gotta work together.
All right,
Of course.
the next item on there, winter preparation, is an informational item. And then, the next item is Lakeview Ministries regarding abortion figures in the window. I really don't believe there's anything the city can enforce in that.
Where is, I don't know what that's about.
It's the one over here on, they've got abortion figures in their windows on display. And somebody was complaining about it.
Private property.
What would you like us to say when we get calls?
Palmer?
Tell them to contact them because
Tell them to contact
it's
Lakeview
freedom of speech
Yeah.
and we have no control over that.
Okay,
It's private
It does
property.
not violate any town ordinance.
okay.
And it's constitutionally protected, those were the 2 words I used. It doesn't violate any town ordinance and it's constitutionally protected activity.
So. Okay. The last item. Town of Lakeview, first annual appreciation dinner for first responders, veterans. Holly and I, and Dawn and everybody's been working on this. They came up to me with this and I thought it was a great idea. Holly has been going overboard. She has gotten a lot of stuff donated. The turkeys, the hams, potatoes. She's getting a lot of stuff donated, so I think it'll be very little cost to us. But it's to appreciate all your firefighters, EMS people, and your wildland firefighters for everything they've done this year. And I think if this worked out well, we might just continue something to show our appreciation for their hard work and their dedication. Other than
Where
that,
do you send a donation to that?
what's that?
Where do you send a donation for that?
For this dinner,
Yeah, dinner.
to give it to Holly out front.
So here,
And
Here?
then,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just bring it into the.
Yeah, the town of Lakeview's putting this on.
Yeah, so if you just bring it into Holly and stuff.
You got it, Scott.
Yeah, her number's on there.
Okay, Darwin, do you have anything? Okay,
No, thanks.
anybody else have anything?
Nope.
Okay, then we'll adjourn the meeting at 4:30.
Yeah, 15